www.rei-tv, also home of realestateInvestorMachine.com. I'm Nick. Thanks for joining us. Today we're talking about staging properties to sell, how to make the houses look better to sell them. You know, let's face it, a year and a half ago, we didn't have to do much to sell a house. We put a sign out in front of it, an ad in the paper, and we had the buyers knocking them down to come to get us. Now it's a little bit tougher. The game has changed. Now the sellers are the ones knocking our doors down, and the buyers are a little bit tougher to find. So staging a property is what we're going to talk about, getting the property so it looks good enough to make somebody choose your property over somebody else's. A bit of housekeeping first. If you haven't filled out the survey yet, go up above and click on Help Me Out and fill out that survey. It's going to help me for the launch of the show, give you what it is that you're looking for. So, like I said, 2 years ago, houses were selling fast. Anybody can get a mortgage, and interest rates were low. Now interest rates are low, but it's hard to get a mortgage. So you do have to take a little bit more care and put a little bit more time into your houses to sell them. Now there's some types of deals that you might want to stage, and some that you may not have to, like wholesale deals where you're selling to other investors. Those you probably don't have to stage as well, although you do want to make them look, I mean, the better you make it look, the less work it looks like it's going to need. But an experienced rehabber really walks through the house, takes a look, and he knows what he's going to have to do. So the houses I'm talking about are the ones that you're selling to the public, the ones that you're selling to a retail buyer who's going to move in and buy the house, in most cases, although it doesn't hurt to do it anytime. So if you got a house that you're putting up for an auction, or if you got a house that you got an option on, and it's an exclusive option and you're going to find a retailer, or you're doing a retail flip, or if you're a rehabber and you've just renovated a house and you want to make it look good to sell because you just put all that money into selling it, fixing it, and you're going to spend some money to sell it, you might as well make it look good. Now when you're staging a property, you always want to appeal to the senses. You want to make it smell good, you want to make it hear good, or you want to make it sound good, you want to make it look good, and you want to make it feel good. Because that's really what it is. A home is a home. A little bit of a tip, you probably know this, but when you're buying a house, and this has nothing to do with staging, but when you're buying a house, you refer to it as the house. When you're selling a house, you refer to it as your new home. Just that little bit of a difference. But a home has to be warm, comforting, inviting. That's what people are looking for. So when you're staging a property, you're going to appeal to the senses. Like I said, what they see, what they hear, what they smell, and how they feel when they're in the property. First, let's talk about the C's. We stage our houses. We don't go all out with them, although I got to admit, we should be doing more than we do. But first off is what you see. The kitchen and baths are really important, especially to the ladies, and everybody knows that. Any investor knows kitchens and baths are what sell a property. So the kitchen and baths, just some little things to spruce them up. Put some towels in there. Hang some towels on the towel racks. Fold up a towel and put it on the counter. Put some bowls out. Put a couple wooden spoons on the stove. Put some glasses by the sink. Put some nice smelling soaps around. Something that I do, especially with my smaller properties like townhomes and condos, is I put a box of dishwasher cleaner on top of the dishwasher. I put like a thing of Dove next to the stove. I don't know. I just like to do it. It kind of makes it look like I've taken the extra care to make sure the place is clean. And I leave that stuff there for when they move in. But appeal to their senses in the kitchen. Make it look lived in. Now I don't mean sloppy lived in, but just decorate it a little bit so it's not just this big, bare, long, empty cabinet, countertop or cabinet or that type of thing. Maybe put a little bit of a little rug down in front of the sink, just a little bit of a throw rug to make it feel a little bit warmer. Bathroom, same thing. Put a throw rug in front of the sink, maybe a little rug outside of the bathtub. Hang a shower curtain in the bathroom. They're very inexpensive. Put some towels up. There's always towel racks in the bathrooms. Put some towels in there. Make it look inviting. Make sure, and here's something, make sure that there's toilet paper on the roll. You don't really want to encourage people to use the potty, but you do want to make it look good. Make it look like it's lived in. Little things like that. Put a cup next to the sink. Put a little pump of that hand soap or a little bar of soap. I like the hand soap. It's easier to take around. But put that in there as well. Because you want to give the impression, again, of cleanliness, of this is a place that's inviting, a place that you want to be. The living areas. In front of the doors, even on the front porch, I put, sometimes, I put a welcome mat in front of the door. I put a little throw rug on the inside of the door. There's usually a little ceramic tile foyer, so I try to put a throw rug there. I put a rug in front of the back door. If there's sliding doors leaving the kitchen, maybe put a little bit of a rug there. Now, you don't have to do all of this stuff, just some combination of it to give the house a nice little feel. Also, in the living areas, if there's a fireplace, you might consider, if there's a mantle, Put a couple things on the mantle. Put a little frame, a little picture frame. Typically, when you buy a picture frame, they're preloaded with pictures of some guy's cousin or some little baby from somewhere. So stick that picture frame on the mantle. Put a little plant on the mantle. Fake plants. You can get fake plants pretty cheap sometimes at closeouts at Walmart and Target and stuff like that. Especially in the fall, but any time of year. But buy some fake plants, spread it around the house. Plants are inviting. They make the house feel good. You could even put a grate in front of the fireplace, or get those little fireplace tools, the little tools that just stand up. Maybe put them in the corner of a fireplace, because people like a fireplace in a house, especially in the cold areas. So it draws their eyes to it, and it makes them think of, what would it be like to be sitting in front of that fireplace, sipping my tea, or whatever it might be. So take care of the house like that. Put some rug runners. I've got 4 nice quality, like 8-foot by 2-foot wide rug runners, and they're neutral colors, so they can fit anywhere. So if there's a long hallway in the house, I don't want them walking through that hallway and have them hearing an echo. So I put those long runners in the hallway. It makes it look better, and it makes it sound better as well. Hang some big pictures on the wall if you got some extra pictures. I'm going to tell you where I find these things cheap in a couple of minutes. It just makes it more inviting. So that's the living areas, that's the kitchens and the baths. These are things, again, that you can see. Also in the bedrooms. I don't do a lot to the bedrooms, but here's a little tip that'll really help you sell those kids' rooms. If you've got 2 extra bedrooms, maybe get a couple, you can get these rugs with designs on them, like a little round rug, a 4-foot round rug. Maybe get one with, I don't know, a basketball and a basketball hoop, design on one for a boy's room, and get one with some stars or a moon or a princess or a Disney character or something like that, a little Disney rug for the girls' room. You don't have to put furniture in the kids' rooms, but if you put, like in the middle of the room, the boys' room, you put the little sports rug and you lean a baseball bat with a glove on the top in a corner, and in the girls' room, maybe you put a little rocking chair with a crown and a wand or something like that in a corner, and a Disney rug in the middle. It really makes it inviting. And when the kids run in those rooms, they see those things, and it's, Mom, can this be my room? Mom, this is mine. And that type of thing. You want them to kind of assume what it would be like if they're living in that house. Now, there are furniture options. I've been talking about knickknacks, basically, so far. Little rugs, towels, spoons, plants, picture frames. Another option is really to full-blown fill the house. And there's a whole course on this, and we're going to interview someone who does this as a living in one of our opening shows once we get really rolling after the launch next month. But furniture, you can go to like Court Furniture or Aaron Rents, and I think you can get like a whole household full of furniture. Here it's $4.99, $5.99. So if you want to put a bed in the master bedroom, put a bed in the master bedroom, put some throw pillows on it, a little table on each side with a lamp. In the living room, just a couch with a table and a lamp on each side and a matching chair is excellent. Dining room table, 4 chairs, put some flowers or a little centerpiece on there. I know it's some extra work, but with this furniture, these companies you rent it from, they'll bring it all out and they'll set it all up. So it's really no extra work except giving them the combination to your lockbox or meeting them there and letting them come in and set the house up. When you think about it, $4.99, $500 sounds like a lot of money, but really is it? What's more expensive, another month's mortgage payment or $500 to a rental company? It'll go a long way, like I said before, to get into people's minds and make them assume they're living there. Imagine what it would be like to live in that house. And as far as sound, putting all those knickknacks and furniture and floors on the rugs on the floor, it kills the deadness. It kills the echoes. It makes it sound better. You could put little radios, maybe a radio upstairs and a radio downstairs with the same station on, and they could listen to soft jazz or some kind of inviting music as they're walking through the house. Maybe during the open house or when you know people are going to come over, make a pot of coffee. Bake some cookies. When they walk in that house and they smell cookies, they smell coffee. Again, it's very inviting and it's subliminal. It's things that make them picture themselves living in the house, getting up in the morning and walking downstairs and smelling that fresh coffee. So we've talked about things that you see, things that you smell, things that you hear, and all that combines to make it feel good. If it's open all the blinds in the house, get as much light in there as you can when you know that you're showing the house. Turn on every light in the house when you have people coming over. You want it to be bright and airy and open. If it's a nice summer day, open the windows a crack. Get some of the birds chirping coming in and the nice outside noises coming in. It all helps to make a good atmosphere to sell your house and get the overall feel of it. Now, again, I know it's extra work, and I don't do it as much as I should. I do have a couple staging kits, and most of the time, Kind of. I remember to do this, but with today's market the way it is, like I said before, you got to pull every trick out of your hat that you have to get yourself the sale. So there's some good tips to staging a house. I hope you could use them. Again, fill out the survey up above. I could really use some suggestions. I'm getting a lot of emails. Thank you guys that are sending those emails in, telling me what it is that you'd like. And I've got some great show suggestions. And I can't wait to meet some of you guys on Flippin' Midnight. Starts on Friday, whatever this coming Friday is. I think it's the 18th. I'll look again here. Yeah, Friday the 18th, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern Time, 11 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Pacific Time. We have Flip at Midnight. I'll give you the information on how to find it here soon. That's it. I'm adding a sign-up sheet so you can get your name on the list so you get priority notification for when the membership starts. Again, it's a free membership. You're going to have everything you get now plus more. Special guests, etc., etc. You know all that. Thanks again for watching. I love you guys. I'm Nick, signing out.